Hello friends, Adam here with FED. Everyone knows Marth. He's the blue-haired, well-dressed, usually, fancy sword dude who everyone knows is that one guy from Super Smash Bros. So you may know Marth, but do you really know Marth? In preparation for Engage, here is a quick rundown. This is Marth. He appears in Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, Fire Emblem, Mystery of the Emblem, Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, Fire Emblem New Mystery of the Emblem, Heroes of Light and Shadow, Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Fates, Fire Emblem Warriors, Fire Emblem Heroes, and now, finally, in Fire Emblem Engage. If you want to experience Marth's story for yourself, I would suggest checking out FE11 and FE12, which are Shadow Dragon and New Mystery of the Emblem, or FE3, which is Mystery of the Emblem. The problem with FE12 and FE3, though, is that they only came out in Japan, so you'd have to use a fan translation to play them, but they are really good translations if I'm being honest, especially FE12. FE3's is okay. I personally love FE11 and FE12, but FE3 does include both stories in it. It's a remake of the first game, and then also has another new story in Book 2, so Book 1 and Book 2. And a lot of people think that story is like kind of the more pure rendition, I guess, of what Marth's story really is. So if you want like a really authentic experience, FE3 with a translation patch is probably the way to go, which again is Fire Emblem Mystery of the Emblem. Otherwise, I would play the DS games, Shadow Dragon, and New Mystery of the Emblem. But if you don't have time to play those terrific games, which I get, Engage comes out very soon, here is what you need to know about Marth before playing Fire Emblem Engage. We're going to do a super brief synopsis of who he is and his story, and then we're going to talk about some gameplay stuff. So Marth is the Prince of Altea, or Altea, however you say it. His kingdom is overrun by some evil people, his dad dies, his sister is kidnapped, and he is forced to run away to the island of Talus, where he meets his eventual wife Sita. Marth stays there for like a few years until he and his small group of knights embark on a quest to reclaim his homeland and defeat the evil dragon Medius and his accomplice, the wizard guy Garneth, who, you can't defeat Garneth. After killing a bunch of red guys and painting some of them blue, Marth saves the world from Medius and saves his homeland. In his second story, The War of Heroes, Marth really finds his footing as the hero king of legend. With the power of friendship, he inspires his allies to defeat the evil Emperor Hardin, and he manages to kill Medius once and for all. So Marth's story is honestly a pretty basic hero's journey tale where he's kind of a young orphan boy who grows up to avenge his people. As far as gameplay is concerned, it would seem there are a few things to know about Marth before getting into Engage. That's just going to make his skills and stuff make just a little more sense, right? First off, his weapons. He has 3 weapons that at some point or another have been unique to him. So in all of his games, he can use the rapier, which is generally unique to him. Only he can use the rapier in his appearances. The exception being Fina, who is a dancer in FE3, can also use the rapier. But generally, it's just Marth. In FE1, he's the only character that can use the sword Mercurius. This is later retconned to be available to any sword user who gets a high enough weapon rank. But in FE1, or Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, only Marth can use Mercurius, and it doubles his experience gain. And finally, there's the Falchion, or Falchion. I don't know how to say it. In Echoes, they say Falchion, like Falchion. So that's how I say it generally. Anyways, this is a weapon that is effective against dragons. It's kind of his ultimate super weapon. It's the one that you see him use in Super Smash Bros. It is supposedly formed from the tooth of like a dragon named Naga or something along those lines, who essentially is like the god of their world, which is cool and all. So those are kind of his 3 main weapons, and those are the 3 that I assume are going to make an appearance. We know I'm pretty sure we already know that the rapier and Mercurius are. I don't think we've seen Falchion, but I'm sure it's going to be there. There's no way it won't be. It's too iconic to him, and it's too important to his story. In his other appearances outside of his like main story, I think there are some interesting things to point out. He is in Fates as like a Amiibo DLC type character with his own like Amiibo DLC type class, which is called Lodestar, which gives him interesting skills that seem to be appearing and engage in some form or another, not in name necessarily, but in kind of function. So first being Dancing Blade, which is defense -1, but it gives speed +3. We see some of that in his skill setup. And he also has Charisma, which nearby allies deal extra damage. I don't know if there is that at all, actually. It would make sense if there was. It's kind of important to his character, you know, is like inspiring his allies. And if that wasn't a thing that was in Engage, I think that'd be a very big missed opportunity. He also appears in Awakening, but essentially just acts as a Lucina clone, more or less in that game. And in Warriors, I mean, it's a Warriors game. He's flashy and has, like, it seems like he fights with, like, a lot of finesse, kind of like in Smash Brothers. And that's the interesting thing about Marth overall as a character, that if you learn about him from Smash, I feel like a lot of his later appearances after Melee were influenced by his appearance in Smash. So really, Sakurai had a huge hand in building this guy's character, because when all you have to go off of is an NES and an SNES game, there isn't a ton, right? But now we have a lot more source material to look at from Marth. And I think a lot of it is inspired by the way he acts in Smash, and it's actually kind of cool that way. Overall, I think Marth is a really cool character. He obviously is going to be playing a big role in Engage. I don't think any of the Engage rings are going to be like super central to the plot outside of being magic MacGuffins. Like, I don't think they're going to like participate in dialogue conversations all that often, but I think Marth might be the exception to that rule. Marth might be like Alir's closest confidant or something like that, where they talk about his experiences in the past and how he overcame his own dark evil dragon person, because, you know, Alir has a dark evil dragon person in the Fell Dragon that they have to take care of. I think Marth will definitely have some cool insights to share, and hopefully we'll get to learn more about his like personal life a little bit, you know, about like Sita, and, you know, did he go on to have children and all that different stuff. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool just kind of get like a after the fact, you know, the epilogue to Marth's story. Granted, we actually don't know which Marth this Engage ring is based off of. If it's like after his first game, or if it's like after his second game. So is it going to be like his full life experience is going to be known by this ring, or do we even know if like the rings are going to have their like past life experiences, or if they're just like these weird after images that are based on previous heroes? We really don't know the facts on this stuff at this point. But I'm really excited for Engage. I hope you guys are too. Hope this little breakdown about Marth was at least somewhat informative, so you kind of have some idea of who he is going into it. He's honestly one of my favorite characters in the series, and, you know, rightfully so, as being like the mascot outside of maybe like Tiki or something for Fire Emblem. Okay. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 19,000. Last time I checked, I think we were literally one away from 19,000, so that'd be cool if we got that. I'm sure we will soon, hopefully. I say sure, but I mean hopefully. And please consider joining the channel. Thank you so much to everyone who already has. They'll all be up on screen right now. We're up to 51 members at this point in time. It's a huge blessing to me and my family. It helps us, you know, it's just a nice way to guarantee some income from YouTube instead of hoping for ad revenue to come through. So if you wouldn't mind supporting the channel, helping us out, you get some access to emotes that you can use in the comment section or on live streams, which we do Monday through Saturday. And it's just a, you know, if you're able, it's a nice way to support the channel, I guess is all I'm saying. So yeah, thanks to all of you awesome channel members. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.